Okay. Welcome back to Struggle Security. Just trying to get all of my bearings together. Hopefully you all can hear me. I'm gonna be checking out the chat, but let me throw this in the chat. If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. You can hear me, put a 1. We have a lot to talk about today, a lot to cover because we didn't cover everything in the last one. We didn't cover everything. Oh, let me put this one on. Turn the sound down for this. Let me know if you're there. Put a 1 in the chat if you are there and if you can hear me. If my audio was coming across clear, I think I heard a little bit of it from my side device. Let me know if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you are out there. I might get it delayed. So, okay, Professor, always here. Welcome, man. Professor Black Ops, thank you for coming through. Appreciate it. I'm seeing it. Let's see. Bacavelli, welcome. Welcome, guys. Welcome, Professor Black Ops. Always here, always supporting. Thank you so much. Welcome, Blackavelli. Welcome, JC the Conqueror. Welcome to the chat. Welcome over here. If you are there, throw a 1 in the chat. If you can hear me good, I think I'm getting some good responses, though. Doug, I see you in the house. Hold up, let me wait till it pops up on the StreamYard. I see it on my phone, but there we go. Welcome, Doug. Welcome. Thanks for coming through, man. We've got some stuff to talk about today. We're talking about ChatGPT, cybersecurity, some of the implications of it, other tech news, and I want to open up the panel as well. So I'll probably be throwing the link in the chat. This time I do want to confine it to about an hour, but we'll see where we go. But actually, without further ado, as you are coming in here, let me hit you all with the intro video. So I will be right back. Check this out. This is newer to what my live streams are going to be like. But yeah, check this out right now for the intro video for my live streams. Check it out. And there we go. Welcome to my live stream. Welcome to the Struggle Security YouTube channel, where we are normalizing struggling in cybersecurity. What does that mean, really? Normalizing struggling is that really it's not always so clear cut in the cybersecurity career field or just the cybersecurity industry as a whole. So I think mainly the Struggle Security is to really help to dispel a lot of those struggles, dispel a lot of your struggles, answer questions, have the conversations about what's happening within the industry, and really come to a better understanding as a whole, as a little community over here on the Struggle Security channel. So thank you for coming through. And we are hitting on the subject today of, let me find that, of ChatGPT and cybersecurity. Last time we had a conversation about light on tech resumes and what some of those implications are. That was a little like an aside conversation. We were supposed to cover ChatGPT then too, but we ran out of time because I think we were at like an hour and a half or so. So we're going to be hitting this. And if you guys have any questions, concerns, feel free to throw them down there in the chat. If you just want to say what's up, you want to say hello, throw that in the chat as well. But this is today's topic. But before we do that, I want to kind of bring your attention to one of the videos I just dropped recently. So I can advertise something that I dropped recently. It was on cybersecurity and seniors, right? Seniors as a critical infrastructure for us to protect, right? And to evaluate to see if that is a vulnerable group within the U.S. I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of the beginning. Hey, what's up, Yusuf? Welcome back, man. Yeah, welcome back. I'm going to be playing just a little bit of the beginning video so that you all can get a taste of it if you haven't checked it out already. So let me go ahead and share that right here on the screen for your viewing pleasure. Actually, I think I need to do a window. Yeah, I think I need to do the window. Or do I? Yes, I think I do. And let me maximize this for you all. Let me just play it really quickly, just a little bit of the intro if you haven't checked it out yet. Thank you for letting me know. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and run that back. So you said you can't hear. Thank you for letting me know. I think I have to share that particular. Okay, this is how I do it. Yes, yes. Let me go ahead, go back to the beginning. Let's run that back. Let's run that back. Let's go ahead and run that back. And this is, again, one of my latest videos. If you haven't checked it out, I want you all to check it out. But let me go ahead and play this. You all should be able to hear the audio now. When you think about critical infrastructure, what typically comes to mind? Do you think about the banks and the financial institutions within our nation, the things that keeps the money rolling and going all around the world? Do we think about the electrical grid organizations or the electrical infrastructure within our nations, the things that keeps the power rolling and powers our devices, things like our iPhones? Or do we think about hospital systems, right? Healthcare organizations, the things that if something happens to us, we are taken care of, or even bringing children into the world. These are the things that maybe typically come to your mind when you think about critical infrastructure. But where I want to bring our mind to today is that of the elderly and the seniors within our nation as critical infrastructure. Do we ever think about protecting that group of individuals? That's one thing that I want to talk about today in this video, where we are talking about the seniors and the elderly as critical infrastructure. Come along, where we normalize struggling in cybersecurity. Let's have this discussion. Hi, my name is Gabriel Agarucci. Absolutely. So if you want more of that video, if you want more of this video, I'm going to throw the link down here in the chat if you want to see the entirety of the video. Yeah, latest video for you all's viewing pleasure. If you want to get more into that, because I don't think that we talk a lot about seniors and individuals who aren't really protected from what's happening in today's cybersecurity ecosystem. So, I thought that might be a good idea, a good thing to cover for us to have a discussion about. Also have some follow-up life work type of things as it concerns seniors in cybersecurity. So more to come on that. So we probably talk more about that as I'm kind of developing that and what that really looks like. So thank you all. Again, thank you all for coming through. And today's subject, here, let me throw that in there, cybersecurity, ChatGPT and cybersecurity. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So we're going to be talking about today. But so let me go ahead and start it out, because I think that a lot of people have been talking about ChatGPT and telling what they thought of ChatGPT and what it really means to them. But I just went ahead and asked ChatGPT. I said, yo, like, what do you say about yourself? Because again, it's like a conversational chat bot. So let me go ahead and show you what their response is, and we can kind of get a little bit right. It's kind of interesting now because we're talking to a computer, an artificial intelligence chat bot. Let me go ahead and share that so we can see what ChatGPT said about itself when I asked the question. So let's see how to best present this. I can zoom in a little bit more for you all's viewing pleasure so that it doesn't look too small. And this is ChatGPT. This is what the interface looks like. So I asked the question here. I says, what do you say about yourself? Asking ChatGPT. And it said that, hey, I'm ChatGPT. Said its name. A large model, a large language model developed by OpenAI. I am trained to generate human-like text and can assist with a wide range of tasks, such as answering questions, providing information, generating creative content. My knowledge cutoff is 2021, so I may not have the most up-to-date information. However, I would do my best to help with any questions you have. That's interesting, right? It's like you're talking to a thing, and it's kind of responding to you like a human would. And that's very interesting to me. So I followed up and said, and kind of sticking on the subject of ChatGPT and cybersecurity, I said, people are saying that you're a potential cybersecurity risk. Is that true? Right now, if you ask anybody, say, hey, if you ask anybody a question, they might not necessarily answer truthfully, but at the same time, you want to hear what they got to say. So that's what I did with ChatGPT. I said, okay, people are saying that you're a potential cybersecurity risk. Is that true? And it responded, said they, like it's crazy, right? So it responded, says, as a language model, I do not have the capability to cause harm or present a cybersecurity risk. However, it is possible that the text I generate could be used in a malicious context, such as in the phishing scam or deep fake right? So phishing scams, for those who don't know what phishing is, these are emails targeted at individuals or group of individuals, organizations, to be able to cause you to click on something, to be able to lead you to some type of malicious content. It might download a program into your computer that gives the bad guys access to your machine, or you might be clicking on something and it scrapes your computer for different credentials or access or sensitive information. That's kind of what it says that it's. So ChatGPT admits that it can be used for phishing scams or deep fakes. Deep fakes is impersonating humans to try to put something out there, to try to give false information. A fake or an untrue identity can pose as a person, or pose as a professional, or pose as this and that, in order to try to trick people or influence individuals in one way or the other. The Russia has been very well known for deep fakes, right? For certain type of malicious campaigns or cybersecurity campaigns that they've put out to the world in order to influence people, influence the minds of groups of people, and on social media platforms. So those are what deep fakes are. So ChatGPT is admitting that they can be used for deep fakes and phishing scams. Then it says, it's important to know that I am a tool, and the way people use it ultimately depends on the person using it. Okay, it's taking some responsibility away from it. So that sounds like something that a human would say, right? It's if they're not trying to be accused of something. This open AI takes the safety and ethical implications of its technology very seriously and encourages the responsible use of the models. Okay. And again, this is a conversation, so I'm talking to it more. So I followed up with another question to say, what are people saying? What are people using you for? Right. So if it's not, it could be something malicious, but I'm asking, hey, what are people using you for? So this is more of kind of a background. If this is your first introduction to it, I'm asking, what are people using you for? It says answering questions and providing information, generating creative content such as stories, articles, and poetry. Poetry, right? That's crazy. Automating customer service and support, generating data for machine learning and AI research, summarizing and analyzing large amounts of text, and helping with language translation and more. And it says my capabilities can be used in various industries such as healthcare, finance, e-commerce, and education. And additionally, people also use my capabilities for generating human-like text for chatbots and virtual assistants, content creators, and language analysis. Very interesting, right? This is what ChatGPT says about itself. This is what it says about itself. And Doug, that's a really good, right? So you said a couple of things. It's definitely search engine on steroids. That's actually where we're going to be going to next. The largest search engine has an issue or finds alarm with ChatGPT. We'll talk about that. Professor Blackhouse, shout out to deepfakes. That's what ChatGPT said it could be used for. And you also said plagiarizing papers, right? That's something else that people are using ChatGPT for. And we have that on the table to discuss today. Okay. Let's start with the first one. When it talks about, and so Doug brought up the subject of a search engine on steroids. And we all know the largest and most popular search engine today is what? Google. Google is the largest and the most popular, most used search engine. I mean, they pretty much have the search engine game on lock. Does anybody even talk about Bing anymore? Does people talk about AskG's, or people talk about Yahoo search? People don't talk about those anymore, really. DuckDuckGo. People don't really use those. So people use those, but they're not the standard, right? They are not the standard for search engines, but Google is. And as a result of ChatGPT's emergence, Google issued a code red. They issued a code red. Let's go to that article really quickly, and we'll point out a couple of items or a couple of pieces that they've been discussing about. So this is a New York Times article that came out, and it says a new chatbot is a code red for Google search business. And it says a new wave of chatbots like ChatGPT use artificial intelligence that could reinvent or even replace the traditional internet search engine. Here, actually, let me pull this over here. Hopefully this is still showing. Yeah, it's still showing. Perfect. We're going to go over a little bit of this article. And this was written on December 2021, which is right just a week ago or just a month or so ago. Absolutely, Doug. We forgot about those. We don't even talk about those anymore. Black Volley said, "AskG's," right? He laughing at it. It's not even something we talking about anymore. What's up, Cannon? Welcome through, Cannon. Doug says, is dog pile still? I don't even know what that is. Doug, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what dog pile is. I can't even tell you. So Ask G's again. Welcome, Win. Welcome. Thank you for coming through. It says, is it true that ChatGPT will surpass Google? Now that's interesting because this article goes into that a little bit because Google has actually been developing something over the years. I think it's called Lambda something, but they haven't released it yet. So Google said that they're ready with the guns. They're ready with the big search engine guns in the event of something like this happen. But right now they're in cold red. ChatGPT has come through, and everybody is kind of panicking. JC the Congress said ChatGPT about to take over. Listen, I think Google would agree with you there to some degree. No, well, I don't know. Canon, do you use it? I don't know. So nobody asking G's that, and nobody listen. G's sitting in the room with all the information, all the search engines, everything, and nobody asking him anything anymore. Yeah, Doug. Google said they want the smoke. They said they're ready. We'll get into it. Let's go ahead and zoom into this a little bit more. I'll just make the text larger so you all can see. Yes, there we go. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to kind of be jumping around here and there. And again, December 2021. It says, over the past 3 decades, handful of products like Netscape's web browser, Google's search engine, and Apple's iPhone have truly unpinned the technology industry and made what came before them look like lumbering dinosaurs. Just like we mentioned before, just like I mentioned before, those other search engines, nobody really talks about them anymore. Google has completely surpassed them. Just 3 weeks ago, in terms of this article, ChatGPT, an experimental chatbot called ChatGPT made its case to be the industry's next big disruptor. It can serve up information in clear, simple sentences rather than just a list of internet links. For those who don't know how these search engines work, what happens is that every single website is able to be spidered. So these search engines like Google Search and Yahoo Search and all these things, they scour the internet quickly, searching for the content that you request, and it returns to you links and information, right? So rather than the thing that makes ChatGPT unique is that it's actually giving you the information without sending you links. It kind of bypasses the links and directs you directly to the information. It gives it to you and again, in a conversational manner, a conversational tone. That's what kind of makes it very unique, and it kind of bypasses just sending you links of the information that you're looking for, and it's really just it's almost like asking a subject matter expert a question and you being able to get that information back in an intelligible and digestible manner. Okay. It can serve up information. Like I said, it can, let's see, where was I? It can serve up information in clear, simple sentences rather than just a list of internet links, like many search engines do, like all the search engines do. It can explain concepts in ways people can easily understand. It can even generate ideas from scratch, including business strategies, Christmas gift suggestions, blog topics, and vacation plans. This sounds like a personal assistant, right? This sounds like a human or a tech personal assistant. It says, although ChatGPT is still plenty of room for improvement, its release led Google's management to declare a code red, right? A code red. Listen, this is exactly what Google did. As soon as that ChatGPT dropped, listen, this is what happened. Listen, they declared the code red. They didn't know what to do. They like, oh man, code red. Okay. So now it's a code red with Google because they're like, this is a huge disruptor for us, and we don't even know what to do right now. We don't know what to do. One more time. This is a code red for Google because ChatGPT is coming on the cybersecurity, or not the cybersecurity block, but the tech block to really take over some of that market share. Okay. And we're going to talk about that as well. What does Google's business model look like? Where is their revenue coming from? And how this can be a major disruptor to Google's business and their overall profits and revenue. Okay. So it says some fear that the company may be approaching a moment that the biggest Silicon Valley outfits dread, the arrival of an enormous technological change that could upend the business. For more than 20 years, Google search engine has served as the world's primary gateway to the internet. But with a new kind of chatbot technology poised to reinvent or even replace traditional search engines, Google could face the first serious threat to its main search business. One Google exec describes their efforts as make or break for Google's future. So boom, right? That's like the beginning. Let me go into, okay, how about this? This is the piece that we were talking about. Google said that they're coming out and they're also researching themselves and putting something together. It says Google has spent several years working on chatbots and, like other big tech companies, has aggressively pursued artificial intelligence technology. Google has already built a chatbot that could rival ChatGPT. So they said that, listen, we're ready to compete. We just haven't released it yet. So hold your horses. It's a red. Listen, it's a red. It's a cold red right now. But hold your horses, because we got something in the holster and we're ready to pull that thing out. We're ready to pull it out and get ready for this technological battle. So it says, in fact, the technology at the heart of Open AI's chatbot was developed by Google researchers. So if you go to that article there, it'll show you. Actually, let me throw this article here in the chat for you all's viewing pleasure if you want to go more into it. Google, I'll name that Google. Let's see, Cold Red. That's what I'm gonna name it. I'm gonna just throw it right there in the chat for you all if you all want to go to that article. And it says that it was developed by Google's research. It says it's called Lambda, or language model for dialogue applications. Google's chatbot received enormous attention in the summer when a Google engineer, Blake Lemoine, claimed it was sentient, meaning that it has awareness, has knowledge of its presence. Which it says here, it says this was not true, but the technology showed how much chatbot technology has improved in recent months. It says Google may be reluctant to deploy this new tech as a replacement for online search. However, because it is not suited to delivering digital ads, which accounted for more than 80% of Google's company revenue last year. So I'm going to let you go into more of that article if you want to. Am I back? I think I'm back. I got a ping going in the background on my terminal. It looks like my internet connection has been reestablished. We're actually having a big snowstorm here in Detroit, Michigan. So we're going through some issues. Can you all hear me? Actually, let me just check to see if you all can hear me. All right, perfect, Professor Black Ops. Okay, Doug said you're back. Okay, perfect. So I was kind of getting on the subject of, hey, right? Google said this is a code red. How can ChatGPT be a disruptor to Google's business model? So we're going to look at that really quickly, and we're just going to break down where Google is earning. Where does Google get their money from, and how their business is broken down? Let me know if you all can see that. I think you all can. Yes, you all should be able to see that. I'm trying to see if I can make this larger. Okay. Hopefully that is good for you all. Thanks, Cannon. I appreciate it. Doug and Professor Black Ops, thank you for letting me know that I'm back. Okay, but this is from the Q3, quarter 3 of 2022. So this came back, Q3 is probably like September. Absolutely, it says September there at the bottom. This is from their annual earnings, and this is how everything is broken down. So you see that their overall revenue here is at the 69.1. Hopefully, let me see if I can zoom a little bit. Oh, okay. I can zoom in here. 69.1 bill. So we talk about billions, right? This is the tech industry, right? Billions of dollars are being generated here. Billions of dollars are being generated. Welcome, American Negro. Welcome. Billions of dollars are being generated. So this is their overall revenue. And where does that come from? So the blue kind of gives a little bit of implication of where that comes from. So we're having this $39.5 billion in search advertising. Search, $39.5 billion, right? 7.1 billion comes from YouTube. That's something that we do, right? This is YouTube right here. Then you have the Google ad or the AdSense plus Google Ad Manager. That's another 7.9 billion. And that comes to that overall ad revenue of $54.5 billion, right? And then you have some other things here at the bottom. Let me take myself off for a second. where you have Google Cloud is all the way there at the bottom. A growing business, right? Cloud is growing as a whole, I guess, in the overall tech industry, but it's at 6.9 billion, which is a huge. But then you have Google Play for those who have those Android devices, and they have the Google Play Store and applications. All that comes in those applications for your phones, and probably some other places. It says Fitbit, Google Nest, Pixel, YouTube Premium Plus. So that all comes from that Google Play, right? So that's all there. That all kind of contributes to that overall $69.1 billion, right? But then you see some of their losses here. This is their overall cost revenue. That's that 31.2 billion, where you're seeing that that's where all of that come from, and then operating expenses, taxes. So overall, that revenue, that overall gross profit is 37.9 billion. But then what's the largest part of their business? It comes in that ad revenue. What's the largest part of that ad revenue? It comes from this 39.5 billion in Google search advertising. Think about it, right? When you're trying to buy something, when you're trying to search for something, you'll go on Google first, and then that will lead you to different advertisements. That'll lead you to different links. That's a major way that organizations advertise their websites. The higher in the SEO or search engine optimization they rank, the better business. They're able to predict how many sales or how many leads or how many times people have clicked on their links based upon Google search. And that's something that's huge for their business. So if you're getting ChatGPT coming through, and people are like, well, listen, if I have a question about something, if I'm trying to buy something or I'm trying to bring something or get some information, I can go straight to ChatGPT, where I'm having a conversation with the chat. But rather than talking to Google or going and searching on Google, yeah, it's a disruptor. It makes sense that Google said that they're going into code red. And I assure you that they're probably going to be doing a release or a beta release of their Lambda product, especially to compete, because other organizations are also trying to compete. Let's go Microsoft and ChatGPT. Microsoft is looking to try to invest in ChatGPT. Right? They're looking to, this might not be the right link. I saw it in some, let's go to CNBC, just something basic. They're looking to advertise or invest several billions of dollars. Microsoft announced a new multi-year, multi-billion-dollar investment in the artificial intelligence lab, OpenAI. So OpenAI has created ChatGPT, right? So at the same time, they created it, and Microsoft is looking to invest billions of dollars, a multi-year, multi-billion-dollar investment in the product, right? This investment is third phase of the partnership following Microsoft's previous investment in 2019, 2021. Microsoft and Google have been going back and forth for forever. They just been fighting. And Microsoft is like, yo, I'm making the first move here. I'm making the first move by doing multi-year, multi-billion. Professor Black Ops threw in there, he said $10 billion investment over a multiple year investment in order to try to get in on the game, get in on the current game. They trying to take Google out of here. They trying to cut Google's head off, right? This is not this is not a game. This is not a drill. This is a code red for Google, and this is a multi-billion-dollar year or investment in this product. What's up, Eric? Welcome, Eric Edmond. And what's up, Citizen Lou? Welcome. Thanks for coming through. It says, I better see y'all questions in the chat. yes. Throw questions in the chat. Throw questions in the chat if you all have any questions. I can hear me. Hey, welcome. Better late than never. Happy that you have made it. You can always look at the playback. But thank you for coming through. I haven't even cut the surface. We're just talking about how Google has issued a code red. We also were speaking about what else did we speak about? How people are using it. I actually asked ChatGPT itself what people are using it for. It says for educational purpose, that people are writing poems. People are using it for e-commerce and financial organizations and tech. We're talking about everything. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, hit the like button. I need to make more people mods. Who's not a mod in here? How do I make people mods? How do I do that? Let's see if I can do it here. Oh, you're already a mod. Duh. Doug is the overall mod for everywhere. Let's see. I'm signed into my other account. Let me go here and mod people up, especially the people who have continuously supported the channel. I definitely appreciate you all being here. Doug, thank you for coming through. I will make you a moderator. Let's see how to do that. Okay. Okay. Doug, make you a mod. Thanks for coming through. Absolutely. Okay, that's what we've been talking about. We also talked about that it's this competition that's happening here. In the article that we read from the New York Times, Google also has a product called Lambda, which is a artificial intelligent chatbot too. They haven't released it yet, but right now we see that there's kind of a going back and forth here. And Microsoft is also trying to make a move here, trying to get into that business, trying to invest multi-billion dollars into this open AI who has made ChatGPT. So we are seeing a large shift, a large emergence of a new technology within the tech, I guess, ecosystem that is, like they mentioned before in the New York Times article, a disruptor, something that can change everything. The web browser was a disruptor. The Apple iPhone was a disruptor. Google search was a disruptor. I'm thinking that we're seeing now ChatGPT as being another disruptor that's happening right now. Okay, let's see what else did I have for us to cover. A couple of other things. I'm not going to be with you long before I drop the link because I want everybody to kind of talk about how they've been using it, what's been going on, but also the question of cheating at universities. Now, Doug, you brought that up earlier. People have been cheating in universities, and we're going to hit a quick little YouTube video about that. Let me load that up. Are using it to cheat. One thing that ChatGPT can do, it can write articles, it can write papers, and these universities are absolutely afraid that, hey, it's going to cut into our students' educational experience, and students are going to become lazy. They're not really going to do any work. Let's take a look at that. And just as Akinyemi said, hit the like button as you all are coming in. Please do that. It helps to spin this content all around YouTube. So please do that. But we're going to talk about cheating in universities using ChatGPT. I want to direct you to this from, I think it's from USA Today. And we're going to take a look at this. Let's see. Hide this comment so you all can see more. I'm actually going to hide myself too. I'm going to put myself in the back. Let's go ahead and play this. Check it out.
Essays, philosophical questions, even therapy. ChatGPT is a computer program that will write whatever you want quickly and convincingly, and with better grammar than a grade school teacher.
The big change is the existence of a paragraph is no longer evidence of human thought.
NYU Media Studies professor Clay Shirky says ChatGPT isn't actually thinking, but using a form of predictive text, like we have on our phones, but on steroids.
So if I say to you, happy birthday, I baked you a cake, you know exactly what to fill in.
All that data allows the program to achieve astonishing results, passing a graduate level test at the prestigious Wharton School of Business, managing a C+ on exams at the University of Minnesota Law School. The potential for cheating causing a growing number of school districts, including New York and Seattle, to ban artificial intelligence on school devices. OpenAI launched ChatGPT 2 months ago, getting billions of dollars from Microsoft to help develop it. The company writing, "We don't want ChatGPT to be used for misleading purposes in schools or anywhere else," adding that it's working on ways to identify AI-generated text, which is what 22-year-old Princeton student Edward Tian has already done, developing.
Very interesting, right? Very interesting stuff. I just want to pause here to kind of just give a contextualization. We are talking about ChatGPT and some nefarious uses of that technology. Universities are afraid that, hey, this is plagiarism to the next level, and it's difficult to predict. Right, the language is very conducive to how humans speak, how someone would actually write a paper, and people are just putting ChatGPT write paper on business analysis in the last year, blah, 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 right? And submitting that and calling it a day. They said somebody had maintained a C+ by using ChatGPT at a very popular business school. I mean, people are making it happen. So now they're working on things to predict that technology, to predict, to say, hey, has this been generated by ChatGPT or any other artificial intelligence chatbot? Let's check it out. Let's keep on going with it.
Developing an app being embraced by teachers.
We've seen like lots of teachers like try it out and see like, wow, it works. Sometimes it confirms suspicions they've already been having, like of the students' writing suddenly changing.
Tian says he doesn't support banning the use of AI in schools, and even uses it himself as a sort of rough draft when writing computer code.
It's really good at getting me started, but at the end of the day, you have to finish the job yourself.
The powerful technology can be a constructive tool if used the right way.
Should educators be freaked out by this?
I mean, freaked out, no, but really the answer is change your assignments to reflect the fact that you're in a world now that has a personal calculator for words.
Is ChatGPT gonna cause teachers to actually teach? I don't know. So a lot of times, and I've been through multiple universities, right? I have a bachelor's in electrical engineering, I have a master's in cybersecurity technology, and a lot of university is memorization and repeating or regurgitating information onto tests and exams and all these type of things. But the fact that ChatGPT can do it so easily and so fluently, is it going to cause teachers to have to teach more? Is it going to have to cause them to provide assignments that can prove of abilities or prove of the digestion of knowledge rather than just regurgitating memorized information? Is it going to cause teachers? Is it causing teachers to be better? That's the question. Professor Black Ops is a professor. He's taught for many years. Professor Black Ops, are you seeing some things happen here? And maybe I can wait until you come up so you can give some of your perspective about it. But it might be causing teachers to be better. Make teachers great again, right? Make teachers good again. That is assigning assignments that can't just be generated by ChatGPT or any type of easily accessible internet resources. A thought.
Just to give a sense of what it can and can't do, we told ChatGPT, write a TV news correspondent toss back to the anchors at the end of a story about AI. And this is what it gave us.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us on this story about the advancements in artificial intelligence. As we've seen, AI is rapidly changing the way we live and work. And it's important to stay informed about the latest developments in this field. Back to you in the studio.
Wow.
I get
Creepy.
It's a little.
Now, Stephanie Gosk would have gotten an A+. Chatbot gets like a C.
A C minus.
Yeah.
It does not have my characteristic flair.
No.
You're absolutely
Yet.
right.
It doesn't.
But it does beg the question, if this is where the technology is now,
Yeah.
5 years from now, Steph, 10 years from now,
Yeah.
how are we going to be able to tell?
So kids in school are taught to think analytically, often by writing, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Educators are going to have to
Little
find out,
Another.
figure out another way to teach kids how to think.
There
Wow.
you go.
I mean, that's the crazy thing about all
All
this.
right.
Oh, they
Are
gotta
you
get-
really Stephanie Goss?
I think so. Oh, no.
Thank you, Steph.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Hey,
That's that. Hey. Professor Black says hating on AI. Hey. American Eagle said that's amazing. Absolutely. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, can write an entire paper. And so that even starts to beg the question more of, hey, is it going to be replacing people and replacing people's jobs? I would say to some degree, yes. All right. I mean, I would say to some, we can actually have that as a discussion topic for if it's going to be replacing people and replacing people's jobs. We can talk about that a little bit more when I drop the link. Another one. Let's see. So now get into the cybersecurity aspect of it. Let's jump down more into my notes. And what are cybersecurity professionals using ChatGPT for? I want to bring your attention to one thing that we talked about before was people being scared. Hey, ChatGPT is going to be used to hack everybody, and everybody can use it to do nefarious things. And I kind of want to bring your attention. Start to this tweet. I showed it on the last live stream, but this one by Marcus Hutchins. He also has a YouTube channel. I forget the name of it, but I'm sure if you put his name in there, his channel will pop up. He's a well-known. I think he's known for something in cybersecurity, but I forget off the top of my head. But I would like to say, let's read the chat. It says the whole ChatGPT writing malware thing is so overhyped. He said the bar for writing malware has never been high. There are loads of free, ready-to-go samples online. Their entire industry of malware as a service, and the majority of malware authors are like 15 years old. All ChatGPT has done is potentially open up the field to people who don't possess the skills to actually operate the malware they've generated. And I think that, and I actually agree with that sentiment. Like, you can find malware anywhere. I don't know if you ever heard, there's a website, and I can even show you really quickly. It's a website called, and I have it on tap here. It's a website called Exploit Database, Exploit DB. Here, I'm showing it to you right now. And this, it's so funny because on Exploit DB, I've used this many times. I've used Exploit DB many times to find different exploits. If I'm in, so one thing that I do as a cybersecurity consultant is that there's times where I perform what you call like vulnerability assessments and penetration tests. So I'll get into a system, I'll get into an environment, and the customer wants me to find all the vulnerabilities. So one thing that I'll do is that I might find different devices or different systems or web applications that might that I don't know how to exploit. I don't know what to do with it. So let's say that we're looking for an exploit on Zoom, like a Zoom exploit. So you could just search here, and it's just a website. It's this exploit database, right? And Zoom meeting connector. Check this out. We're gonna look at that. I've never seen this before, but this one says Zoom meeting connector. It's remote root exploit authenticated. So that means that you probably have to have credentials in order to use this exploit. So it tells you what it is. It says Zoom meeting connector. Let me see. The meeting connector web console. Let's just zoom in more. Meeting connector web console listens on port 5480 on the dashboard under network to proxy. One can enable a proxy server. All the fields are sanitized to a certain degree. Even a developer is a proxy, blah, blah, blah. It looks like this thing has the ability to take over or get remote connectivity to a Zoom session. And once you have connectivity to a Zoom session, you can do a lot of things. Okay, so I'm seeing some common commands here. So this NC ULVP, this is setting up a listener using a tool called Netcat, which is a network device or a network tool, a command line network tool that gives you the ability to make network connections, send files, and connect to different systems all over the internet. It looks like it's listening on port 5555. No job control and shell. So it kind of gives a little bit of more background information about what this does. It looks like it imports several different libraries. I think this is in Python. And it kind of just gets into the what this program's ability is to take over a Zoom meeting session for remote root exploit. Now, you don't need ChatGPT in order to find this sample. You don't need ChatGPT at all. This is all free, open source. All you have to do, like I could download this right now, right? I can download this exploit right now onto my machine and try it out and use it out. So I agree with him that malware has always been easily accessible over the internet. You don't need ChatGPT in order to write malware, but I do agree that for people who have a smaller, I guess, knowledge base, that it makes it easier in order to do this stuff. So just like malware is super easy to find and exploit and use, I think ChatGPT makes it easier in order to develop it. So I would like to say that. Let me say what's up to a couple of people that just came in. Wayne, welcome. Wayne Wallace says they have no choice. They will have to adapt, right? Teachers, speaking of teachers, probably AI is here to stay and it will only get better. Absolutely. People are continuously developing this technology, even to the point where we saw in that last video, there's that young man that's developing things to detect artificial intelligence or to detect if artificial intelligence had created something. That's a good point. American Negro, what did you say? That was a good point. It says, I heard. Great question, Doug. I think a lot of people were just talking. Sorry if I missed it, but welcome, Ciova. It says ChatGPT has extensions for other applications too. They sure do. They sure do. There's an extension. So probably one of the most popular coding software is Visual Studio Code, and they have an integration with ChatGPT, so you can literally be coding in an IDE and utilize ChatGPT in order to help you to generate code. It's wild. It's wild how much of a force accelerator, a force that this thing has been, a disruptor, like that New York Times article has said. Okay, so want to hit on that subject, but also want to hit on this. We want to I do want to bring your attention to a video from another YouTuber, a YouTube channel that I've never heard of before, but he has some great content on there. So one, I want to advertise his content, but also let me see if I can find that tab. Where are we at here? Technology interpreters. So let me just bring his channel up, and he has a great video about cybersecurity for beginners and AI and vulnerability. So what can you actually do? His video is called Cybersecurity for Beginners, AI Vulnerability Remediation with ChatGPT. So technology interpreters, let's go to his channel really quickly. He has his channel, has 14K subscribers, and he talks all about cybersecurity content. I just found him from like searching him on YouTube. So he has a good video that I do want to go through, a little three-minute video that he kind of goes into some of the subject matter. So let's check his video out. I'm going to maximize it whenever I get a chance. Oh.
Once you meet with a TurboTax expert who will do your taxes for you, you're free to do.
Okay. This is a Google Premium account. Let me find this. Okay. Let me present it again for you. Let's see. This is it here. Share. And you all should be able to hear it. Ready and go.
If you ever started using AI and you're in cybersecurity, then sorry, get ready to be left behind. So today I'm going to show you what I've been doing. I've been working on AI for about 3 weeks. And one of the most common things in my job is remediating vulnerabilities. And here's a good example. Like Microsoft Internet Explorer went end of life June of 2022. And so here's a script from AI that basically uninstalls Internet Explorer 11, which is cool. Not quite what I wanted to do, because really I wanted to disable it as a standalone browser. So I had to give better prompts. But I can show you that this is a script very similar to the one that I wrote. And it does. It uninstalls Internet Explorer. It doesn't like leave off the no reboot flag. So when I tested it, it's rebooted my, I was literally live, like recording a video, and it like basically uninstalled Internet Explorer and rebooted my machine.
So let me give you a little bit of context to what he's saying here. He's saying that he's using ChatGPT to do some of the day-to-day tasks as I think he probably works as a security analyst or a senior security analyst. So he probably works for an organization where they are managing all types of systems. They might be managing cloud systems, might be managing local servers, all these type of things. So he's saying that, hey, Internet Explorer, it went into, they no longer support it, right? Microsoft no longer supports Internet Explorer as of, I think he said September 2022. So as a result, him as a security person, he's like, okay, we have to take all of these out of service. We have to uninstall Internet Explorer from all of our systems, because when something goes out of support, organizations no longer patch it. They no longer send security updates to it, security patches. So what you want to do is that you want to take that software out of service so that the bad guys won't try to utilize it to gain a foothold within your environment. So he's saying that he's using ChatGPT to automatically generate scripts. And I think he said he's using PowerShell, which is a Microsoft product that works with Windows. And PowerShell would allow him to be able to do this automatically. So an autonomous or automatic way to be able to uninstall Internet Explorer from all the machines that he points it at. That's something that ChatGPT is helping him do. Let's get back to his video. And if you all have any questions about anything or have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat and we'll talk more about it. Let's get back to the video.
While I was doing the recording. So here's another one that I see all the time: Mozilla Firefox outdated versions, particularly if you're in the field, you know about the Mozilla Foundation's vulnerability that I see everywhere. So this one, I wanted something to be able to completely uninstall Mozilla Firefox. Guess what? I've been trying to write a script of my own for many weeks to get the Foundation's vulnerability, because it doesn't show up in add remove programs. Here it is. This script worked. I've actually started implementing this. 100% works. All 100.
Whoa. I don't know if y'all caught that. He said he's been, think about this. He said he's been trying to develop this script for weeks. He put it in ChatGPT and he said, hey, it works. All he did was ask it one question. Weeks of work, multiple weeks of work, he said that he's been trying to develop this script. Look at the script. It's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines of PowerShell code that he was able to use ChatGPT in order to do this. This is amazing. This is a force multiplier. This is something that makes it easier for you to do your job. Now, he does have to have information or does have to have the knowledge to be able to actually implement this within his environment, right? He needs knowledge to be able to deploy this. But at the same time, it saved him so much time. He says weeks in comparison to just one question in one day. Let's get back to it. Sorry, I don't mean to pause it so much, but yeah, absolutely.
100% generated by ChatGPT. Here's another one, PowerShell, Adobe Flash Player. So for many of you, Adobe Flash Player should not exist in any of your environments, but yet and still it does. Here's a PowerShell script that it wrote for Adobe Flash Player. Let's go to another one, Java. Java still exists in many, many environments. And so I wanted to write me a script to uninstall JavaScript. Guess what? It did. Adobe products, I can tell you Adobe InDesign is one I came across, but there are lots of Adobe products.
Wow.
This one, however, did not function. Looks like based on what I was seeing here, the repository where it tries to pull the application download doesn't necessarily exist. I tested this. This has probably been updated because remember, ChatGPT is not like live right now. So the link is no longer active.
There we go. That's another thing, right? Is that you have to know what you're doing. You can't just ask ChatGPT a question and not really have an understanding of what it's doing or executing. Two things that he mentioned, that the repositories. So if you see here, actually, let me zoom back in a little bit more. I can't increase this, but I'm seeing the command in here. The curl command line utility. Curl allows you to reach out to the internet and reach out to different places on the internet to pull information, pull files, pull repositories, pull all types of information down. So he had to actually know that, hey, curl-o, it's looking for something in a location from a link that no longer exists. And one thing about ChatGPT, like he said, it's not live. It's based upon 2021. It's based upon the year 2021. So its information doesn't go beyond 2021. So you have to at least know what you're doing in order to be able to be effective with ChatGPT. So don't think of it as just, a one-stop shop. It answers all of your questions. What it actually does is that it allows you to do things faster, but you need to know what you're doing. You need to know what you're doing. This is almost done. I'm not going to pause it anymore. This is almost done here. Let's go back to the video.
But here's the vulnerability that it generated for that. Windows speculative configuration check. A lot of you, if you haven't seen this, and I'm sorry, I don't know what you're doing. These exist everywhere. And basically, it's a couple of registry key change. I can tell that the PowerShell script is solid. Get that item property. Looking at the feature override settings. So this one looks really good. I'll tweak it a little bit. So a couple of things that I see that may need to be there as far as which DWORD or which values you're setting for the registry key. But overall, 100% new to go there to feature settings override. So it did it. So once again, if you're not using AI, if you're not experimenting with AI, or if you have any questions on how to get started with this, it's super, super simple. And the thing is, for those of you that Google well, you will very likely do well with AI. But if you're not a good Googler, if you're not a good researcher on Google, then you're probably going to encounter the same issues that you had previously. So anyway, love to hear your comments. Drop a like on the video if this was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more cybersecurity tips and tips for beginners and even.
Absolutely. That was a great video by the brother Technology Interpreters. Go to his channel, subscribe to his channel. He has a lot of good information here. Talks about SANS. SANS is a certifying organization, hacking cables, recruited by cyber criminal. He talks a lot about cybersecurity information. Go to his channel. Again, Technology Interpreters. And I'm subscribed, and I'm getting all of the notifications and all of the bells. Actually, let me put it for all. Boom, right? So check out his content and check out that channel. But let me go to the chat here. Let me see what you all are doing. I'm gonna leave this channel up there for a little bit because I saw a couple of questions here. Wayne, it says, I think ChatGPT will like be like a virtual assistant, a voice queries, same way how we use Hey Siri. I agree. Yeah, it can probably definitely be used in that way, where you might not even have to type anything. You can use your voice in order to be able to get a response. Hey Siri, boom, right? American saying God. He said, dang. Yusuf, as a beginner, this is a good question. As a beginner in cybersecurity, ChatGPT makes me afraid that it may make it harder to get a job in the future. I don't really agree with that, man. I don't really agree with that. I think that ChatGPT, and that's actually what I was going to say, is that I think ChatGPT can be used as a learning tool, right, for things in cybersecurity and tech as a whole. Utilizing it to, like, think about going to somebody who knows everything about what you're looking for. Some type of subject matter expert, somebody that's an OG in the game that knows all the information. If you can ask them questions and get great answers and adding that to your own knowledge repository, that makes you a better practitioner. So I think utilizing AI and ChatGPT and those tools similar to that, I think that that's something that will make you even a better beginner cybersecurity practitioner. So utilizing it as in a learning manner. What's up, Lou? What's up, Lou? It says, imagine 20 years from now when we talk about how ChatGPT, yeah, because we talk about how the search engine has changed the game. We talk about how iPhones have changed the game, personal computers, right? I think I was having a discussion with some brothers the other day. We were talking about, I was kind of joking with them. I was like, oh, so I guess you're using punch cards, like you used to use punch card computers, or like that they have to mine for the computer materials and everything. We was just joking, but yeah, it changed the game. Personal computers, search engines, web browsers, phones. These have all changed the game in technology. And I think that we will have that discussion 20 years from now. So absolutely. Let me go ahead and not prolong it. I have a couple of more things that I want to discuss, but I might save those for different videos. But let me go ahead and drop the link. See if you all want to talk, maybe for like 30, 45 minutes or something. And it looks like Professor Black Ops has a lot to say. And I also want him to come up and give his understanding or his explanation, if you're available, Professor Black Ops, about what do you think that this will do as it concerns you teaching, right, in the teaching environment. Is it going to make you a better teacher? Will it make you provide or make you create assignments that are more thought-provoking rather than something that is something that's easy to just find on the internet? Here he is, and welcome, PBO. Welcome to the chat, man. Welcome to the chat.
What's going on, man? You the one with the baby. I got all the free time,
man.
You married with kids. Don't nobody want me, man. I got all the free time now.
No, it's all good, man. We all listen. I had to schedule everything now, man. I'm on a tight schedule, so you know.
So look, yeah, you touched on a few things. I no longer teach. Me in the university kind of got into it, but
okay.
But I think. And like the guy said, they had to deal with the calculator, right? So now you got to deal with ChatGPT. I was kind of rogue. I'm old school. I make kids go on a board when we in there and write, right?
Okay.
You coding, people pair code. So put it on there, and if your stuff is weak, we're going to attack it, right? To get you used to that. A lot of people not used to pair. I work with a very aggressive team, man. So, and two is they get you out of your shell, right? So you really have to know what you're doing. You can't ask ChatGPT when we all writing on the board, right? And two is we understand. What I understand is your code is pseudocode. I don't expect it to work, but I expect, like what he's showing, I expect it to be a nice framework. Oh, you missed the dash O. Like you said, you can Google that, right? So I think that's what you need to do with today's kids is lab more from a technology perspective. Lab on the spot, build on the spot, right? Then you know you can do it. So I think especially from technology, from teaching, I think that's where you need to go, and I think that's going to help you, right?
Yeah.
Because when you lab, then you know you do it, and a lot of people, especially in the FANG, they make you lab on the spot in your interviews. A lot of that stuff, so you need to get used to it, right? So so that was just one thing, and the other thing, and I agree with you, I think it's going to make the cybersecurity pie bigger. Why do I think that is? Kind of what he said is they already got ransomware as a service and malware as a service, right? So I think that helps your smaller people, right? Get in the game. So it's making red team attackers, script kiddies a little better, right? That gives you more work, right? Because there's more of them out there. So I think that's going to make the pie bigger. So they're getting better because their tools get better, and you do way more red teaming. But we got to get better because they're getting better, right? They're using tools, and we need tools, right? So I think it balances it out, right?
Yeah.
So,
how about these folk here? How about these folk? What's good, Lou? Welcome to the chat,
up,
man.
Lou, man?
How about
Damn,
these? How about these
professional,
folk?
man?
How about these? How about
those
them?
were the quiet quitters? We done fired them. Shout out to Black Heights. Go ahead, Citizen Lou.
No, I'm saying, like, what you think gonna happen to these people? What y'all think about?
Let me jump in. I gotta have that. They done. Data centers done. Would you take ChatGPT and now you got chatbots? I work for a big call center. We were testing them out by Deloitte. So call centers, they're gonna get. But we were shifting those jobs overseas anyway. Jump in there, Lou. I'm on my soapbox, man. Get in there.
What's good?
Oh, my bad. I kind of came. I was messing around with my thing.
Sure.
So
you got the boom mic. You got the.
I got the arm. Yeah, I got the
boom
boy.
Arm,
everything.
Listen.
Got the little sound. I got the sound.
Got my little
board.
mic up. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, I'm heard. Okay. I ain't even got an intro. Go ahead, Citizen Lou.
No, I mean, man, I was just gonna do a stream on it, just the whole like work smarter, not harder thing, and it's just the ChatGPT, man. I mean, it's crazy, but like you don't have to scour Stack Overflow. It pulls the other piece of code, Linux command, whatever you want. I mean, it's almost like you'd be kind of like dumb to not use AI. You get what I'm saying? Like you could pretty much automate 40% of your workflow.
Now, this is the question I have for you: is that right? So you can pull that code down from ChatGPT, and you can look at it and tell whether it's gonna run or not. Oh, my bad.
I can hear you. I can hear you clear. I think it's on.
Oh, maybe it was me. My bad. Sorry, maybe it was me.
Okay, you good. So you can pull that code down, and you can take a look at it, and you can tell whether it's probably gonna run in your environment or not. Right. So for somebody who's seasoned, you can see ChatGPT as a tool. How about for somebody that's less seasoned? But go ahead.
Well, like that's a good question because like it gets to a point that you got to know what to ask, right?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like you can, like if I first starting out, I wouldn't have known certain things. Like, I guess for an example, like if I'm looking for a specific way to do something, like let me think, like around the AP, like an API, right? If I want to create an API, I got to know which, like how you got in REST, you got CRUD command, stuff like that. I'm just trying to find a common thing with this. I got to know which type of command. I got to know if I want to do a delete, update, create, read. I got to know that. I got to know. But to be honest, I don't know. I guess I don't, because I saw the comment earlier, somebody saying this makes them afraid of the future. I don't think you should be afraid. I think you should kind of embrace it a little bit. I don't think it's gonna wipe you out per se, because most people aren't even really. I don't know, man, because people say that about a lot of things, right? Professor Black Ops, they said certain things were gonna wipe this out, and then I always said I think AI is just gonna bring more jobs. It's gonna, certain things are gonna make you more. It's gonna open up new opportunities. Like I wanted to show you something, Gabe.
Sure.
I wanted to share.
Sure, if you want to present it, and I'll throw it up there.
I saw it on Twitter. They doing like AI artwork.
Oh yeah, okay. I saw that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Cehova did some of that too.
I saw Cehova did that. Yeah, and then I saw like they did like a artwork for each developer. Like what kind of, like if you're a C++ developer.
Oh wow.
If you're like, it was. I mean, it looked like real people, bro. It was like crazy. I was like.
And I'm pulling that up. I'm gonna say what up to a couple of people in the chat.
Oh, go ahead. I got you, bro.
1 second. So Kevin Lopez, welcome. He says PBO, the students will probably wear headphones with ChatGPT telling them how to write the code.
Nah, man, I'm old. You can't sneak that in. Yeah, nah, man.
They might have a little something in your ear.
Nah, but did you see the article? ChatGPT is going into court and they're gonna wear earplugs, which is kind of illegal. Go ahead and keep introducing.
Casual economist says, I'm already calculator dependent. About to be ChatGPT dependent. Listen, the professionals going from one tool to a better tool now. So that's what we're seeing. He said this is a good point, Professor Blackops, probably the one that you brought up earlier. Death Racer, welcome. Very similar energy all around YouTube. Welcome through. Welcome for coming through. American Indian. It sounds like it's a hell of a lot time saver, right? Time is important. I think in that last video that we looked at, he said that he was trying to develop that script for 2 weeks.
That's
for
crazy.
2 weeks strong. And then he said that, listen, I put that little thing into ChatGPT, and he said that just generated it right off there. And Siova absolutely says AI art can get really, really wild. Lou, I'm about to pull up yours.
Let me jump in real quick before you start. We've been trying to kill a developer for 20 years. We went from case tools to AI generator. You use IntelliJ. Don't you get a ton of code with IntelliJ generating Citizen Lou?
What about you? What about IntelliJ? You mean like
That does give you a lot of scaffolding and code for you to get
yeah,
started?
I love IntelliJ. I won't lie.
So do you think this so I think ChatGPT is an extension of that, right? You already got the scaffolding, it's just adding more generated code, right?
100% agree.
Your problem. Go
ahead.
I
100% agree. I 100% agree with you, Press Black Ops. Like you can look at it like scaffolding. Oh, this is what a JavaScript developer looks like.
Yeah.
A React developer. This is actually kind of accurate. I ain't gonna lie.
This is lit. Like this is crazy.
But this is AI made. Yeah, this is like this is what they said a Haskell developer looks like.
Oh man,
it's AI developer, a creator developer, graphics. PHP. They look. This is like a real photo. This is like a real dude.
I know, man.
Like I feel like this dude, like I really like somebody I ran into. Like, this is what a Rust. They said it's a Rust developer.
Okay,
nobody ever use Rust.
We ain't got no brothers yet, man. Where the brothers at?
Yeah, I know that's funny, right? This the brother right here. This the brother right here.
That's the brother.
this the brother.
That's like a 2023 shredder. That looks like a shredder or something.
See them eyes. But yeah, this is a 10x developer. Oh yeah, yeah. So
where
that's
they
the whole
pulling
thing.
that from? Like, where they pulling this from?
It's called Mid Journey.
Dang.
It's this thing right here. It's called.
Okay.
They do the AI art.
Is it coming from people's opinions? What they've seen on?
I don't know
forums?
how they do this, man. This is crazy. And the funny thing is, too, Gabe, it's not like they're not like sourcing other photos together. This is like new material. You know, like it's like straight up creative content.
And that's where, like, I thought that it was kind of interesting. Welcome, Keep It Techie, because one of the dudes said that for universities, they're trying to detect when ChatGPT or any type of chat AI bots are being used to generate school content. And he said that he's trying to put together a program to be able to detect that. Now, the fact that it's unique and that it's kind of like a one of a kind, how can you typically detection algorithms compare to previous things?
Now was that the writing of papers or was it the AI art they detected?
It was mainly the papers.
I think that one they could, because I remember I was watching somebody was talking about the AI art and they were saying that this is just like straight up new, new content. I don't know, because to be honest, I mean I wouldn't even know somebody this was AI art.
No,
I mean that PHP. Well, this like a photo.
That does look super good.
This look like a photo. I can't even tell this was AI.
I thought that was a person. It looked like that app that everybody's been using to generate their personal pictures. Yeah,
but Gabe, like on the
you
talk for a little bit, Gabe. They got the plagiarism database. I think ChatGPT, when it does something, I think it can give a hash and put it in a database.
I bet it does.
So probably I think that's what they're going to try. But two, if you're smart enough, you change a couple words to hash, right?
That's all you got to do.
I think they're gonna hash it probably at first to try to get it. But two is I'm gonna do a stream and I'm gonna do this on my stream is you can program it, right? You can add to its database by saving your queries to build it and add to your session, and so you can train it.
Okay.
I even saw, man, I saw a video editing AI software, yo.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What's that? I think I saw one too.
Find it. It was called it's in one of those Twitter threads when people talk about all the different AI software. It was that I bookmarked it. Let me see if I bookmarked it.
I saw it on a LinkedIn post, and somebody
people be hating on Twitter, man. Twitter's wild info.
All right, man.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna get on Twitter, man. Twitter be so toxic. I need to go get on.
No, you gotta follow the right stuff. It can get toxic. Even some tech debates can get.
Oh man, they be dragging people
even
on
black tech Twitter
stuff.
can get toxic
all the time.
So, but no,
NBA Twitter gets. I mean, it's a lot of things, but it's a lot of information if you like sift through it and find the. The good stuff. I'm trying to. It was like
because
an
people drop
AI.
projects all the time.
Yeah.
On Twitter first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
I think was it called? It wasn't called Seamless. That was something with sales. That was something else. It was let me see. AI editing software. Let me see. It was supposed to let me see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah. And so
Runway. It's called Runway ML.
Runway.
But I'm gonna pull it up. Well, you Runway ML. Runway.
Yeah. See, over said he's been using mid journey. He said he's using mid. He's been using. He says, and it's okay because it's probably to the question of how is it finding or how is it utilizing the internet to generate that unique content. It says it's based on prompts with weighted keys.
Yeah.
It's new to me.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah,
so I guess if everybody,
AI.
So if everybody's saying like this developer looks like this, or PHP developers are, you know what I mean, are this type of person, I guess that ends up being. Oh, okay. I guess that's cool.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. Real-time video editing, collaboration, and more. Runway is your next generational. Yeah. So this could you can mess around and start editing videos with this.
And I might have to fire my video editor, man. I might have to
That's
get
what I was. Hey, this might be taking jobs.
All these Upwork might get them up out of here.
Yeah, but like you said though, I think it's gonna force you to go up on the curve, right? Stuff you used to do easy on Upworks, right? You can do this, but if you need something a little more at a higher level, right? I think everybody's gonna have to move up on the curve. But two is I'm gonna do a new video and I'm gonna invite y'all. The negative part of that, we talking about taking jobs. One guy was talking about having AI do misinformation and disinformation, right? And from a hacker standpoint, we were talking about if you feed it enough disinformation, can you make it start giving wrong answers, right? If you hacked it on the backside, right? So could you force?
You probably could,
because you're training it, right? Right now they're the only one training it, but if you hacked and gave it enough information from a Russian target and a national hacker group, can you make it give people wrong information in the future, right? So those are some of the things from that.
Yo, this is insane. You could put automatic subtitles. It says beat detection. So if you got like your background music, I guess it snaps your clips to the music beat.
Yeah.
Really?
Automatically remove background noise from audio.
Sheesh.
But this right here is really critical. Like if you're making shorts, if you really grow your channel, if you want to do the shorts, because I saw a stat, they said Instagram Reels or something like that, these little short video vertical formats. Yeah, they said 80% of these are watched with no audio.
Really?
Yeah, shorts and the Instagram Reel. They said 80% of them are watched without audio. So they said you got to put the subtitles to increase engagement. So people will watch. You get what I'm saying? They'll watch your short TikTok or whatever, they'll just read it. You know what I'm saying? They'll just be reading the subtitles and they'll just process the information that way.
That's interesting because I don't watch them like that. I typically listen to them, but if it said 80%, I wonder.
But I have noticed if it has the subtitles, I'll be more engaged.
Okay. Yeah.
There's this guy
because they're quick too, right? Because they're quick.
Right.
So it's if you could read it and listen, you're getting the information better.
Exactly. I'll have the audio on too, but if I see the words, I'll be focused on the words.
Okay. That's interesting, man. I gotta start doing more shorts too. And I bet that they can probably put your stuff in short format for you. You can probably just record it
vertical,
upload it.
Pivot.
And then look at the pricing. It's only $12 a month.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
$12 a month.
That's the beauty of it. Well, you can do 12,000. You got half the United States using it, So you come in cheap.
Keep It Techie says subtitles do create more engagement. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, man. That's
the shorts with if you notice the people who got those really, really good shorts, they all have the little letters they have all the subtitles. It's just, it's people are really into subtitles. I know I am. I'm the type of person I kind of like subtitles. Because you got to think too,
especially. Yeah, go ahead.
I would say because everybody's blowing their eardrums out with AirPods and other stuff. So people hearing is
That's extremely true. And I think that not only the fact that these are worldwide platforms, the fact that if you have subtitles in different languages, right? Because all you got to do is just if you have subtitles in English, all you have to do, like YouTube has a feature where you can put them in different languages too. So your knowledge or your information, your videos can go to a larger audience if you have subtitles in different language. Actually, my largest watched video, I don't know how they generated subtitles on it because I did. Actually, I think I'm about to start doing that. The largest one had it translation in like Hindi,
Hindi's big.
some other languages. It had a lot of different languages. So I'm right there with you. I'm gonna start doing subtitles for sure.
Yeah, I mean this runway thing. I'm like, yo, this is like really $12 a month, and you just because I mean, you just all you need is a, you know what I mean. You're just trying to edit probably the ums and the uh-ohs out your videos. You might want to like they got all these. Oh, they got a they got a little glitch effect. They got the little
that's lit.
The little glitch. They got the matrix effect. They got the
some B-roll. That'd go crazy.
I think this is B-roll, or no, I think this is a filter. This is like but they do have B-roll though. You're right. I think they did say they had B-roll.
I'm saying you put the glitch effect on the B-roll. That just kind of amplified like that one. Oh man.
Oh, this dude running. This is kind of cool. Yeah, this is kind of neat. They got the shadow clone jutsu.
Yeah,
he got the.
Sheesh.
Yo, this is
shadow clone. That's okay.
So this might be
create more engagement. Switch got me like 350 subs. Okay, America. Okay, he said it got like 350 subs. I gotta start doing those. Casual says he said he don't believe 80% are watched fully with no audio, fully being the key word. I guess. I don't know.
Well, that's what they said. They said it was something about the Facebook. They did a whole. I was looking up the whole like doing the subtitle. They were saying that it was like either 80 or 60. It was a high number. They said that most people don't watch those reels with audio on. So the I don't know why that is. That's interesting.
Kind of something that I wanted to do with the panel is that I wanted to kind of go through just like a little. So my mentality is that I don't think it should only be used for I don't think it should only be used for just to do your job, but also I think it can be used for like a learning platform, like a learning thing. So say for instance you don't know a subject, I think you can definitely go to ChatGPT and ask it as like a subject matter expert on what to do or how to do it. So I got a little ChatGPT prompt up here. I got a little prompt, and I wanted to see like what questions, what do we want to know? Maybe on like a cybersecurity topic, something that we can get into, and we can ask it questions.
Like I use it at work because I do GRC. So I ask a question like, is a FedRAMP data center necessary to be HIPAA compliant? Right? Okay, so that's the stuff I ask, in real life.
You know what's funny? I saw a tech company. They're like a software company. I think it's called Data. Oh man, I can't think of the name, man. But I had went to their company profile on LinkedIn. They were, it's pretty much saying they do that. They handle compliance and GRC and stuff like that.
Okay. Tell me about that again.
Just say is a FedRAMP data center. FedRAMP is one word.
Yeah.
Is a FedRAMP data center required to be HIPAA compliant, right? Because everybody does health and hospital for HIPAA. One of my jobs is one of the companies I work for. They do RFPs all day. So when the client asks some security requirements, I gotta look them up and say, can we do that? Is that even really a security requirement? So
right.
A FedRAMP data center. Because a lot of times you get stuff in RFP, the client don't even know that's not right. So
so this is more of like a government regulatory type of thing. So so what is FedRAMP?
FedRAMP is a data center that's been blessed by the government saying you can do federal work.
Oh,
right.
Oh, okay.
So you can do government. You can do government cloud.
An error occurred. No,
just cut it off and back on.
I got it.
You got timed out. Usually when I have this time,
you gotta jiggle it. You gotta take the cartridge out, blow with it.
You know
what I'm saying?
Yeah, usually I log back in. But yeah, if you Google FedRAMP, it's your homies. Booz Allen goes out around the country and says this AWS data center can be used for federal work.
No, we're not Googling. We're not Googling. It's 2023.
My bad.
It's all ChatGPT now. It's all listen. We on the ChatGPT block. We not Googling.
Facts. I'm over to text me.
Oh, what's good, Josh?
What's
happening? What's happening?
What's
up? We ain't Googling nothing. Okay, we gonna show how GPT has pushed Google up off the block. So they go right
in there. Put
data
center.
They bullying the block.
They bullying the block.
They are. That's why Microsoft cut that 10 billion check, man.
And this is utilizing ChatGPT as a learning platform. Yeah. Just wanted to kind of go through a couple of prompts, which are to show how it can like bridge some of those gaps, right? So we just starting off asking, what is Fairbred Data Center? So it's giving that information.
Yeah.
Is this correct?
That is correct. So basically, it's a government-wide. They approve it. Because what happens is you want every government agency doing the same security assessment. So once you do it once for AWS, Google, Azure, this data center can run federal work, right? So those are kind of questions I asked it from a GRC perspective. From
physical security, access controls, incident response procedures. So it got everything. So let's follow that up with something else. Let's follow that up with your previous question.
So
asking, do they need to be HIPAA required? And what's HIPAA? What is HIPAA?
Health and hospital for it's two A's. It's two A's, not two P's. Two A's. Yeah, dude. Yep.
Because we teaching it right now, right? So we sitting here teaching it like we teaching our model here. We ain't doing Google. We ain't doing. Listen,
So this is training the model as we speak. Is that what you're saying?
I think
it can be. Those are questions that's happening.
Yeah,
I do sometimes. FedRAMP is on Model 5, which was done last year, and it's only out to 2022. So I try to train it, and it says, okay, FedRAMP in 2022 has this in it, right? Try to help train it.
I think it trains it based upon the conversation that you're having with it. Because it'll pull back this information and then kind of put everything together.
Yep, 100%.
So I know we're going through this right now. Keep it techy, but you got anything to add before we keep on going with this little chat GPT?
Y'all keep going. I'm gonna hop in there. Y'all keep going.
So we're learning here, right? So we're kind of building up to something. We talk about FedRAMP data centers. It's a government type of system, federal government system. We're looking at HIPAA as a compliance thing within the U.S.
So I looked at the contract. My thing was a FedRAMP data center required? It's two A's, not two P's. So is a FedRAMP data center required for hospital work?
Okay. And let's just ask it. It's it's thinking. It's thinking you might trip. Okay. A FedRAMP compliant data center is not required to be HIPAA compliant.
And that blew my mind. I was looking. Really? I blew my mind when I saw it. I was like, why not?
20-year vet. 20-year vet. We don't know everything, right? And that's where it's like maybe bringing back information to us or even filling in some of the knowledge gaps that we might have. So it's not necessarily compliant here. In government, FedRAMP is a government-wide program that is set, so it kind of gives more of that. While HIPAA is a law for standards protecting the privacy and security of personal information. And it says, while FedRAMP and HIPAA have different focus areas, they do have some similarities. So it kind of even this is giving you so much context and so much background.
So when I so I was cheating like the kids. In my paper, I took that out. And put it in my paper. Like my boss was like, "You sure?" I said, "I looked," and I didn't tell him I looked at ChatGPT, but I looked it up.
Right.
Because I made an assumption that HIPAA was a federal compliance, so you would need a federal data center approved. HIPAA's so far behind, I think they haven't caught up to it. Why would you put your health information into a data center that wasn't federally approved? They're behind, but
and there it is. And you could even ask, give me references. Stuff like that. Like, I apologize with language model. What? You can't give me references. Let's see.
Now he gave you some.
However, you can find more information.
But real quick, quick though, that's how I use ChatGPT to help you with your job. My job is one portion of cybersecurity is GRC, right? I look at RPs, I look at contract. I go out and review data centers. So some questions for me to double check, I put them in ChatGPT because I couldn't find where FedRAMP data center was required for HIPAA. So I thought I just couldn't find it. So I put it in there. I was like, well, damn, I was right. but so that's how I use it doing my one part of my job in real life.
Okay. So that's one there. Boom, right? Y'all got any more? Any burning questions? So go ahead, keep it taking.
I could just kind of talk about like how it's helped me or whatever. Just, I mean, just asking it simple questions that, because you know how you do something every day, but sometimes you have to look it up or whatever. I just use ChatGPT now, and it'll list out the instructions on whatever I'm trying to fix. Like for instance, the other day, it was something dealing with accounts that I was trying to figure out in SQL Server Management Studio, and I just threw out the keywords. Hey, I'm trying to make these changes to this specific account, and how do I go about doing it? And it pointed me in the right direction. And it all started coming back to me because I knew it by memory, but I just hadn't done it in a long time. But that the ChatGPT, man, is dope,
give an example. Give an example of what that question would be, because I want you as the SME, the subject matter expert, to validate if it's something. So SQL Server.
So what the no?
Say for instance, like you want to just delete or move, move some tables or something, or move some columns.
Yeah, you can do something like that. Yeah. And what I was
tell me a question, because I don't have the right answer. I mean, I don't have the right way to formulate the question.
Help with writing let's see, a stored procedure to write the timestamp to a table when changes are made to another table, something to that effect.
When changes,
because that's a simple one.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what it. Oh, shoot. I didn't even write it in SQL. I didn't say anything about SQL.
Oh, it automatically knew. Yep.
Did it? This is SQL.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's SQL, yo.
Yep. Create procedure as begins, declare timestamp. Yeah, it created the timestamp for you.
I didn't even write it. I didn't even say it was SQL. I didn't even say SQL.
And then all you gotta do is modify the table names if the table names are wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Copy and paste. It said you would need to trigger the store procedure on data table for up. I don't even know what that means.
Yep.
So then
that creates the trigger. Yep.
Okay. You need a trigger. All right.
And
you can modify the trigger.
And it'll execute that kind of stored procedure each time a change is made to that other table. Copy the information over. Yeah.
Listen, I can learn this stuff by just and then a subject matter expert just validated it. He said, like, yo, this is what you do. So
I think what's gonna be the key though, and that, like you said, that's good, is when you do the data center, I think it's gonna write it, then you're gonna use Word to read it. So I think when you start actually talking to people, and now they can synthesize the voice that looks so well, that sounds so well, you're gonna be talking to computers and you're not gonna even know it.
You wouldn't even know it. Like that kind of takes out. Yeah. You go ahead, Lou.
My bad. No, finish your thought. I'm saying that. Go ahead, bro.
Now that takes like those people that do some of the mundane day-to-day things out of the whole equation. But yeah.
Man. Tier 1's done.
Yeah. Go ahead, Lou.
I was gonna say, man, I just put in the prompt, create an API with a Google Sheet.
A Google Sheet.
Wow, that's dope. I ain't think about that.
I don't know.
Yeah, because Steve, man, I was working on this app, right? To where I have like all the NBA players' names on a Google Sheet.
Okay.
But mine was a little bit. I think my prompt was a little bit different.
Yeah.
Hold on, do this prompt. I'm gonna put in the back chat.
Sure.
I'm putting the back chat. This kind of give you the instruction. The one I put in, they actually broke down the whole like the code of it. But see, like, because the problem I was having was that I didn't want to web scrape from Basketball Reference, because they have like in the robot file, they say they'll pretty much block your IP.
They block my IP. They block,
you know what
my
I'm saying?
IP.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me do the other way. So I had all 5,000 players on a Google Sheet. And I was like, so how can I turn this Google Sheet into an API, that way my app can just get the data from the API.
Give me the code for it.
Yeah, you would want to put
the one
it
I
in
put in the back chat. They
JSON
just
file.
said create. It said create an API for a Google Sheet.
That's the
you
one I
use
had
Google
copied
Sheet?
and pasted.
Oh, that's it. That's it. This the one.
See,
yeah, this the one. Yeah.
Sheesh. He did it in Python, or
yeah, I think it was Python. I think maybe it was Python.
That's why I was wondering why you don't use a JSON file instead of a Google Sheets.
You know what?
Because it reads it faster and better with JSON.
It looks like it returns it as a JSON file, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. So you say I should just turn the Google Sheet into a JSON file?
Yeah, I think so. I think that'll make it and extract the data, the raw data to a JSON format, which will store all the data.
So it looks like it's pulling in the libraries here.
That might be a
Sorry,
way
go ahead,
better.
keep checking. You know, another thing that man, and the thing is, I think you even give comments for it. And that, again, using this as a learning platform for yourself. If you're trying to bridge your gap in something or bridge your gap of knowledge in something, this tells you exactly what the code does. It says use the OpenAI secret library to access the service account. Boom, boom. Connect to the app. Come on, man.
The crazy thing is
what this does.
I had it doing AWS infrastructure. I said, write me how could I auto scale an EC2? it wrote how to do it and everything, man. So,
Listen, I was even looking at some other people's chats, and they would get their code, and this all they would put in there. They put optimize. Because code needs to be optimized to the environment. It doesn't want a whole bunch of cycles, so they would just put optimize in there. Here's an optimized version of the code that uses the so they're using pandas in this one. So they're not even using what were they using before as a library? This OpenAI secret manager. So I guess pandas would make it more efficient. And for those who don't know about pandas, pandas is like a machine learning, primarily using machine learning and
it's like a data set, right? It's like a data model for Python or whatever, something like that.
Yep. So in order to optimize the code in the same way, it uses a different library, but it looks like it does a lot of the same stuff. So it's writing this out in a more optimized version of itself. So you can make ChatGPT work harder to make your code better. And you can just keep on telling it to.
Yeah, you're right. That web scraper, they were using Panda. Yeah, because that's like you said, for the data, data frames and making, nice models and stuff like that, organizing your data.
Man.
So real quick, and I think Gabe said he need to emphasize this. You need to use ChatGPT in everyday life because you will be falling behind. I need all the black dudes to keep up.
Why not? All types of things. People, I've been hearing things. Let me look at a couple of these comments. Casual comments. Hey, let's see my favorite channels on the panel. What's up? Thank you for coming through. Step-by-step point on how to create a tech company. That might be one to have some fun with, to see how to create a startup.
Well, the thing is too, Gabe, I've been on on Twitter, man. A lot of people are using ChatGPT, Hunter.io, and other copywriting. They're they're going on LinkedIn and finding other people. Like they might find a cybersecurity guy like you, Gabe. They'll hit your LinkedIn email and be like, "Hey, are you having this issue? Whatever, whoop, whoop. Are you might need this software?" That's how they're prospecting and lead generating, and they're using AI for copywriting forms and templates.
Jeez.
And
everybody's using it to amplify what they're doing. Yeah,
exactly.
And you got to think though, this is 2 years old. What is it going to be like in 5 years? Because you got to remember, we went up from dial-up modem to what we're doing now. What is that going to look like in 5 years?
Crazy.
Go ahead, keep it taking.
Oh no, I was just gonna add. You guys know the known desktop in Linux, right? Well, it's basically a desktop environment that's been around for a while. They use on various Linux distributions, but I think there is a GNOME extension out there now that integrates ChatGPT into the Linux desktop environment. So it's super dope. Just look for it. I mean, it's ways to get it installed. It's not.
Was that previously a difficult process to integrate GNOME into? Okay.
Nah, it's like an add-on to. It's like adding I don't know, like going to to the App Store on Windows or
Yeah.
the App Store on Mac OS. For all
Okay.
you snobs out there, Mac OS snobs.
Let's go.
Master race.
Where my Apple at?
But it's the
My
same
Apple
thing,
at?
just add an extension. And
Just pull up
it
some of
just
the Apple
incorporates it.
computers.
Yeah, it allows you to chat
We going there.
from your desktop.
Yeah,
man.
But like I said, I'm just making sure I use it in my everyday life just to double check or whatever I'm doing from a GRC perspective. That's super high. Like I said, it makes my job a lot easier. You know, because I was confused about that. I'm like, HIPAA's got to have a federal data center done. Like, nope, they didn't request it. So,
bridging some gaps. American Negro said, "Dang, I'm beginning the stages of tech for my job." She said that's special effects. Well, you saw what they do with art. I'm sure they have some special effect capabilities there within ChatGPT too.
I showed y'all that runway.
I was just saying, he just saw runway.
Yep. Yeah, was it runaway ML? Like, man, you can do video editing.
I need to get on there, man. Gabe got me looking bad.
Were you
here
for that? Keep it techie. Did you see that?
I seen it. Yeah, I seen y'all talking about it.
Yeah, man. Bro, I'm talking
bro, Professor Black Eyes, man. Hey, we gotta link up on that, bro. I don't think people understand how important what you're saying out there. We can create a business, getting this thing federalized for the HIPAA requirement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. So, like I said, I do. I'm with you.
Real.
The crazy thing is, the company I work for, they bid on work, man. I do a RP every day, so I got to do research what they're asking for. So it's kind of like, so for me, it just makes my job just a ton of easier. Just double check what I'm doing and.
Man, you probably could package like a digital product of just like prompts.
Yeah,
for like
cybersecurity. Somebody did that.
Data. Well, I'm just you know what I'm saying. Like for your channel, you could probably just like download this, be like whatever how much you want to charge, and people be like, oh man, you got all these prompts. I never thought of this. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that.
I think it's like people are gonna have to. I wouldn't say rush. Like people gonna have to find a way to use it quickly before everybody else start doing it, because then at that point it doesn't become something unique. It wouldn't become something that's like a commodity, but rather it's like, no, anybody could do that.
Well,
with a question.
My only little pushback is I think it's kind of like technology, man. Stuff we think everybody doing it, most people don't do it, right? So
that is
maybe
true,
I'm wrong.
That's true.
Because a lot of stuff I just take for granted. I talk to regular prompt, like, you ain't doing that. Especially,
right.
And two is if your prompt's not right, you got to understand enough cybersecurity programming. Yeah. Shout out to Keep It Tech DBA work to frame your question and get an answer, right?
Sheesh, that's crazy.
So, so I think sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit, right?
Enough credit, yeah, that's true. Carl mentioned here. Carl, welcome to the chat, man. It says so. ChatGPT is similar to Google's Lambda, and we spoke about that in that New York Times article. It spoke about how Google has a product that they've been developing, a thing that they've been developing, but they haven't released it yet. But we think that it'd probably be right. I'm sure it'll probably fight up against ChatGPT. There's another AI-based, linguistic-based app based on machine learning, but ChatGPT is run on trained models. The data might be obsolete, and it is, right? ChatGPT, because I asked it initially about itself, and it said that it was only trained up to data from 2021. So it is probably more than a year or so behind as it concerns the data. Not to say that it's not effective, but it is something that only goes up to 2021. But that when that paid version come out, I bet you that mug gonna be live and gonna be crazy.
Yeah, but two is. I think two things are going to happen from that. Question is and you starting to see it now. Everybody's got an AI module, and everybody's trying to hook an AI module, right? Because when Microsoft spends $10 billion on chat, Google's going to be right behind them. Everybody, Oracle's going to try to get one, right? So I think everybody's going to get on that bandwagon. And two is, I think there's certain data centers. I do a lot of legal work. Westlaw is for lawyers, right? So if I can get Westlaw's data and put them into my AI, right, I can take the lawyers but what is that worth though? Because obviously I'm gonna have to give Westlaw $5 billion to get their data set because they're how they make money. So I think certain organizations are gonna have preferred data set, right, for specific models for you to run it.
No, you're right, because those are some qualified leads, some lawyer leads. That's some big money, and then. I might have missed it a little bit. So is Microsoft are they trying to buy Open API or
no? what I read in it, I did a video.
They're investing in the labs.
Yeah, they invested
Okay.
10 billion to get 78%. Once they get their money paid back, then it's gonna go down to 49. That was that I did a video on it. That's what it wasn't signing ink, but that's what they were proposing. If you give me 10 billion, you can tell me any way you want it, homie. So that's what I saw. 10 billion, and once they get paid back, it goes down to 49%.
Absolutely, yeah. Carl Pandas is often used. That's that Python library is used for data science applications. Proper comments too. Gene said, "I'm just trying to hit all these comments for sure." Anyone doing any informatics work will know that. Absolutely, probably you, right? If you're doing it. Helmut Tilly said there are so many practical uses for extreme. Yeah, even use it to help write poems. We saw that. Who said that? Did you? Somebody said in the chat that somebody wrote a Tupac version of something from like today, like a song or something. So we'll write bars too.
That's funny.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
What if rappers start using it? That's great.
I was kind of curious.
Probably, I bet. Mm-hmm.
I was curious how other languages. I wonder how AI is going to refine. Because I'm curious on that. Like, I wonder if it's gonna help out with the language learning. Because we're in a globalized
I think they would
world.
have to separate it. And the only reason
you get what I'm saying, though, keep it.
A lot of words don't translate though, as well.
They don't. That's what I was saying. Yeah, because everybody has their own dialogue. That's gonna be another task.
But go on Amazon. They got their translators already. I think it's called Scribe. So you could take your prompt, change it to Scribe, and feed it into ChatGPT.
Well, I got this one like Spanish dictionary. It's called Spanish. It's like it. They have all this what do you call it? Slang terms and stuff like that. So they're definitely getting it from you know what I mean, like a database. So that would be pretty. Yeah, AI is pretty crazy. I think the thing with AI, what I think it's gonna do is gonna allow people to be more creative.
Yeah.
And with said creativity always creates more jobs and more a different economy. That's what essentially capitalism in a lot of ways is, you got to make creativity and stuff like that. And then you got people, you can just create a SaaS, just copy somebody else's SaaS and use AI to do all your, lead generation and your prospecting and your VAs and stuff like that. And,
make business more efficient.
Boxes. Yeah. You got little, what do you call them? FAQ help chat boxes already. I mean, I think that's what I think. Want to see a lot more entrepreneur. I think we'll see a lot more people with their own SaaS, their own apps, their own software businesses.
I think
YouTube,
I think
content
it will
creation, everything.
Yeah, I think it will also kind of. I wouldn't say make help desk obsolete, but they'll probably have to have skills that chatbot or ChatGPT can't do by itself, or ChatGPT equivalents.
You are incorrect, Gabe. Tier 1 is done.
Tell me about it. Tier
1 is done.
It's done.
Wait, you just did it on ChatGPT. You had it right code. Most of them reading scripts.
Yeah.
So
write
you
little
skip them
scripts
out, right? So tier 2 is good, but if you need a basic script, ChatGPT just did. And you got to remember, it's not even specialized for a particular domain. So if I'm Oracle, I'm gonna have my domain. I got 10 years of scripts. I've been feeding tier 1. I'm just gonna train ChatGPT.
You could make a whole ChatGPT called Tier 1, Tier 1 help desk.
While we playing, we need to work on it. That'd be our first company. While we playing, go ahead.
I would like to know Kev Tech's opinion of it, because Kev does a whole help desk type of teaching. He has a class. His channel is dedicated towards it. I wonder what his opinions are. I'll probably get him on one of these days to kind of speak about what he sees about it too. Yeah, go ahead.
But I mean, when I did tier 1 as a junior program, it was just scripts most of the time. You would look, then you would add on to it, and to me, I think especially over the next 3 years, ChatGPT is really going to be at a tier 2 level. Sometimes what it writes is too complicated. You're going to have to bring it down, and I think that's where a human. But tier 1. That's over, man. My personal opinion. Yeah. Go ahead, keep it tech.
That was one thing I wanted to ask. All of you, since y'all been using it for a minute, have you saw how have you noticed that a lot of the sentence formulation is not the best? Have you noticed that?
Really?
Like for instance, yeah, well, I ran into it like for instance, I was trying to, I don't know, help write the descriptions for videos or whatever.
Okay,
and I always have to put it in Grammarly.
Okay.
And Grammarly will make corrections on like sentence structure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Different things like that. I don't know if you guys noticed that, because I know Professor Blackups, you was talking about you incorporate some of the stuff in the things that you have to type up for your job or whatever.
But the thing is, and my boss told me this, and I'm gonna be realistic. I am brilliant, but I write like shit. It writes a lot better than me, to be honest. So, and two is I work at big installations. Like, we got a tech writer, so I get lazy. I'm like, here you go, tech writer, smooth it out, man. That ain't what they pay me.
We typically would write a report and then send it to editing, and they would be the ones. But listen, they might be replaced by ChatGPT. But I haven't been experiencing the same thing. I've been seeing that the writing was been pretty good, at least for the things that I'm trying to write.
Yeah, but I think too is my boss and director of compliance, they write excellent. So when I turn stuff in, they go, "Oh, that's decent." I'm like, "Dude, y'all excellent, right?" So I think because you got to grade it. I don't write well, so for me, ChatGPT writes way better than me.
Yeah.
So I put my little thing in, spit. I like, cut and paste. I'm good.
And even to the fact that universities were complaining that students are writing complete papers with it and still getting like maintaining very high grades. I think that kind of also speaks to if it's a good writer or not. I think it's probably pretty decent.
But let's be realistic. If Microsoft puts 10 billion, they're gonna put their grammar checking in the future anyway. So it's gonna continue to get better. But from my point of view, I write crappy. So it's way better than me.
My research. Some of these comments. Yeah, go ahead, Lou.
I was looking at something on Twitter. It was kind of weird to me. It was like they were surprised ChatGPT passed the bar exam, passed the CPA exam. I'm like, it's of course it's gonna do that. Like,
I think people get arrogant. They think because they're a lawyer and I got an MBA, they don't. But like you said, and Gabriel, most of that stuff you regurgitating.
Yeah,
if you're a natural AI, you that's what you do, right? You pull
a lot of university is that. But you go ahead.
And that's the funny thing too. I was reading this book a while ago. They were saying that a lot of when they talk about like automation and outsourcing, a lot of people think that the first thing they go to, oh, y'all Amazon warehouse workers, y'all gone. But reality, it's like lawyers, it's like accountants. Those are the people who are really like, who are kind of in the danger zone, kind of sort of like.
Oh yeah, paralegal. My bad. Paralegals are done. I think lawyers, because if you say the glove, if it don't fit, we got to quit, right? That's a little right. But you talking about straight research? Paralegals are done.
And even, but like I've even seen it in another instance, like with doctors or physicians. A lot of times they utilize like the internet in order to do their research. So you might even see sometimes where your physician, they know the information that they're looking for from all the years of studying in medical school, but they'll print out an entire like book of information. So they've utilized it in order to make their job easier and better, rather than having to siphon through all of their medical books and all of their information. They're able to like kind of jump in there, jump on the internet and WebMD, right? They're able to go there and find the information easier. I think ChatGPT might have a very similar effect.
But you forgot the first AI, Gabe. That was what Watson was sold for from IBM. Watson, that's what their thing is, because doctor was saying a lot of time, they would say it to Watson, and sometimes it might be some unknown breast implant on an x-ray you might miss, but Watson done looked at 1 million x-rays, right? So they would pick that out, right? So that's really what Watson's take was for at first from their the domain specialty. One of them was medical.
Okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's what's up. That's what's up. Oh man, my wife done sent me a picture of a plate of some food. And it look, and I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna hit some of these comments.
I almost said something. We ain't gonna go there, man. I almost said something.
I don't know why she sent me that, but that's making me want to leave y'all right now. But let me hit some of these comments. It said Flacco says he's using it for his resume. I think Keep It Techie PBO, you had mentioned that too. Citizen Lou, I think you mentioned that on your live stream too. That people are using it for their resume, increasing their professional, I guess, LinkedIn pages and everything. Speak about Low before. Carl was speaking about plagiarism. Let's see. See if there's any questions. I became an IT tech support tier 1. And can already tell the ChatGPT will phase out tier. Listen, just exactly what you said, PBO, is exactly what Ken is saying. And welcome to the chat too.
Yeah, hey Ken, but you just gotta get your skills up to go to tier 2, right? That's what technology does, and make you go up on a learning curve.
Yeah. Helmet said Mid-Journey is crazy too. It's exactly what you were mentioning, Lou. And when you tweak the prompts, it's mind-blowing. Yeah, man. Carl said it's that is where having a STEM degree is particular domain will make you more marketable and versatile in conjunction with IT skills, knowledge, and certs. I agree in some cases.
100%.
Snuggles, welcome Snuggles.
Thank Shout out to Snuggles. She's gonna come up on the panel.
Doug has said the Tupac thing. Absolutely. Yeah, Doug said the Tupac thing, how ChatGPT had bars. Amazon definitely has scribes. See, listen, I've been so behind. We've been having such a good conversation.
Let me add a little bit to that. I think if you take scribe with ChatGPT, that's how you're gonna take out call centers. I'm gonna start labbing on that. I think that's how you're gonna really take out call centers in the future.
Listen, I'm gonna have to come through to that one because I don't know anything about scribe at all. Clive, welcome to the chat. Definitely got to this party late. Gonna have to rewatch. Yeah, please do because these brothers is dropping all types of game. Making a new chapter to his new Ghost Rider. Yeah, bars. Suggesting just X writing gangster rap, West Coast style, Tupac will do. Listen, make it happen. Make it happen. I asked for explicit 1 too. Okay.
Wow. Man.
Let's see.
We're gonna start a ChatGPT record label.
Yeah,
hey, so you did the scream on that. Then we need to get the white dude to do the rapper again with the green hair, man, so we can make it all AI because that was AI generated, right?
Absolutely. A kid said, "Is VMware certification as a beginner worth it, or should it just pursue Google Cloud or Amazon AWS?" I say,
both
which
of
one?
those. Both.
You think people still looking at VMware certs?
No, but what VMware does for you, it gives you an understanding really of VM, because when you spin up EC2s, that's just VMware underneath, right?
Yeah.
You just start. So I like you understanding the VMware technique, but I'm kind of leaning your way. I don't.
Yeah.
It's not needed, but it helps you understand that more.
Yeah, I think the Google Cloud and the Amazon AWS search will probably greater differentiate yourself or greater market yourself within the job.
We always talk about fundamentals. You can't get no more fundamental than VMware.
So I would say, let's talk about the VMware stuff. There are so many different videos on YouTube that go over VMware. Even Udemy classes that go over your ability to work with VMware. So I would say even maybe going over a lot of those YouTube videos, look for some books online, maybe create a project or two and just show that your ability to work with the VMware products, whether you work with Fusion, Workstation, ESXi, all of that type of stuff.
I do a ton of ESXi from a compliance. There we go. My issue, and I'm bad about this, and I think Gabe 100% in the West. I always think about HR and they love certification. So if I'm learning, certification is just the checkbox, right? So I always, me and Tim had a vigorous discussion. For me, it's the checkbox, right? To get you to sign off. And some people, and you in the business, they love certifications.
They really do.
If you
That's how we win a lot of business.
Right. So if you learning it, just go out to take the cert. If you don't pass it, keep it moving. Go ahead, man.
True. But if you're also looking at a little bit of the background way of being able to show that you can work with this technology, put it as a project and say, hey, I created a lab utilizing these versions of VMware, and I'm able to deploy it within my home network to do something, right? So then HR, whatever bots or whatever search engine things are looking for your resume, it will see VMware on there, but it wouldn't see a certification. So it's up to you how you want to do it. Whether you want to get the cert or just show that you had a capability to work.
Real quick, I know you're going to eat this, and I'm going to confess.
Yeah, I'm about to dip.
I've got 4 AWS certifications, but some labs I struggle with. I can take a test, but when you build it, Because remember, if you get 90% on the test, you pass. 90% means something broke because it got to be 100% for the lab to work, right?
Okay.
So I think a lot of people miss that, right? Go ahead, Gabe. Keep rolling, man.
I love all of these comments, but I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to drop down. I thank you all for participating. Thank you all for coming through. Keep it techie. Lou, Professor Black Ops. My stomach is grumbling. I'm don't even understand how y'all can't hear it in this mic. So I thank you all for coming through.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
I'm going to try to go live more often.
Me too. I gotta get
dang, this is the longest one I've done. It's like almost 2 hours. That's crazy. Good thing we didn't get to that 3-hour mark, Lou. Because it might start getting crazy. Might start getting crazy.
3 hours to break.
When is that after party, or where's the after party? Any of y'all going live later, or?
I was thought about.
No, I was gonna go live today about work smarter, not harder. I was gonna go live about that because this actually ties into it. That's why I clicked on. So, oh yeah, we talking about AI. That's definitely about to get on this.
I'm inviting y'all to mine because I'm going dark side. All the bad things about.
I'll be over there.
Yeah, we definitely got to talk on this, man. The whole working harder, not smarter. Working smarter, not harder. I mean,
fellas, feel free to put your links in the chat. PBO has a channel. Lou has a channel. Keep It Techie has a channel. Everybody has channel. Feel free to put your links in the chat and check this out. Next time on our next Struggle Security, the outro thing. Thank you for coming to Struggle Security. Remember, normalizing struggling in cybersecurity. Peace out, fellas.
All right, peace, y'all. Y'all have a good one, man.
Absolutely. Y'all have a good one. All right, peace out.